Hey guys, and welcome back to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We're still on the quest to get all the Beanstar pieces. Got 2 of them, angling for the 3rd today, and it's going to be a very artsy-fartsy sort of affair. But first things first, a battle.
Well, I don't know. A battle, when done correctly, can be very artsy-fartsy. You know, they could say there's an art, a technique, a craft to the art of fighting, if you will. I'm pretty sure Japanese samurai know what all that's about.
Yeah, they just use advanced knockback throws all day, every day, really.
Yeah, that's like that old Musashi legend, you know, the famous swordsman and swordsmaker. Yeah, he just spun around like a top all day and defeated his enemies. It was an advanced brothers technique.
Yeah, obviously we couldn't, remotely access this area of the map without getting the moves from Guaha Lagoon, so don't worry, you haven't been missing out or anything. I haven't been, depriving you of rare and exclusive Bean Kingdom locales.
Now, I always have to wonder, and I guess I'm not the first person to have wondered this, how people get to certain areas of, the overworld without the required abilities. I would just assume to get over to this place they had to take a boat, but for some reason, we can't buy a boat. But no, we need magic hand powers to get to the next area, when actually that's way more inconvenient than just getting a fucking boat.
Well, I don't know, man. Magic seems pretty prevalent in both the Mushroom and Bean Kingdoms.
Well, that's true. I mean, it's definitely happened before. But then again, you say this, but you could just summon a magic boat. They've had magic boats, I would assume, in the Mario series. I mean, fuck. You have abilities in Paper Mario that turn you into paper.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, in Fasten Your Door, you can turn into a boat from, I believe it's ports and jetties and whatnot.
You know, that also reminds me, now that we know that the Paper World, the Paper Mario variant, is actually an alternate universe to the quote-unquote main line, the main timeline, how do you feel about that? Do you feel it kind of complicates Mario a little too much? Would you have preferred them all to be the same thing? The same timeline, same world, but just different styles?
I don't know. I don't think the Paper Mario from Paper Jam is the same Paper Mario we've grown to love over the years. Maybe that's a bit nitpicky and fan-wanky, headcanon and all that jazz, but I don't know. I felt they really should have gone to the paper dimension in Paper Jam, but that's a story for another time, I guess. Now we have to deal with Har-Hall. And he's also called Bleach for some reason, which is a joke I never got. I guess it's meant to be an art reference or something, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. The thing you have to figure out here is what he wants, and what do all art types want? Well, attention, first and foremost, but also various kinds of clothing in various styles.
Well, that's a good guess, but let me tell you about the primary thing that an artist wants. He wants to get paid, because making money from your art is actually quite a difficult thing unless you actually know what you're doing. And if you're not gonna go into stuff like doing commercial design or things like that, if you're just gonna do commissions on the internet, that shit is super hard to live off of. You have to be making tons of bank all the time just to have anything close to a minimum wage. It's ballistic, man.
Yeah, especially since YouTube changed the algorithms and artists got fucked over, and many of them had to open Patreons and the like. I wonder if Har-Hall has a Patreon. He seems like the type.
I actually read an article not too long ago, that was linked to me by a guy I follow, Ramit Sethi, where it details the life of a really popular YouTuber who has 10 million subscribers or something, and she can barely make ends meet. You know, she actually is not making a ton of YouTube bank. It's a lot harder than you would think it would be, even with the Patreon, even with sponsorships and ad things and people calling you a sellout, things like that. She was actually not making that much, and it was a really kind of stark, realistic look at how much a proper YouTube job can be legit work, at times.
Yeah, not to get too, off topic, but the term sellout is, I think, misused a lot. It really refers to, going back on pre-established morals, I'd say. Not just wanting to make money off your craft, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I feel there's a line where selling out is just making money at the expense of what you're doing. But then there's making an income off of your work, which is perfectly okay and acceptable, even if it's YouTube stuff. I feel if you make good enough YouTube videos as an artist, and you focus on quality while trying to make a good living off of that, that is perfectly fine. in my opinion. And hey, more power to you if you can make that work, because I sure as shit would rather do that than do what I do for a fucking living. Come on.
Okay, we're going to be dealing with design bombs here. You know, just another way of the Mario universe telling Bob-ombs that you know, they're just not worth anything. You know, they live to die and die to live.
Yeah, as your typical starving artist, Harhall here has decided to take a simple task of coloring a shirt and make it insanely complicated for no fucking reason, probably to realize some vision or some dumb shit like that. So basically what you have to do is you have to let the design bombs fly across the screen. And by using the water pipe on the side, you get water and you can jump on it so that Mario fires, you know, his water gun. Things like that. And you have to hit the shirt with the bombs. And, you know, if you mix certain colors, you'll get certain colors. You hit this one right here, it'll clear everything out. You basically have to do it to appeal to whatever mood he's feeling at the time, like your typical artist type is wont to do. So, yeah, why do you need my help for this? And why did you design a machine to make it as complicated as possible, but you aren't able to actually do it yourself? Just throwing that out there, just saying.
Oh god, this fucking, like, referee stripe thing reminds me of that drill tweet. I'm paraphrasing here, but, you know, when you turn, like, the referee's stripes 90 degrees, the trusted referee becomes the nefarious prisoner.
That's a really good observation. Like, I'm kind of stunned I didn't pick up on that earlier. That's nuts.
Oh man, yeah. Robbing the results, you know, whatever. Yeah, so, it's not too hard. This one, I'd probably say it's like the easiest Beanstalk piece to get, but, it's all about timing, really. And god, Mario has been holding in that water for a while we've been stuck in this black tutorial void.
You know, I just noticed that Harhall here has no shirt on and he's wearing something akin to a pointy domino mask, probably making him the most JoJo of all the inhabitants in the Bean Kingdom.
Yeah, part 9 is looking weird.
Yeah, weird is probably a very generous way of describing part 9, yeah.
Alright, here we go. He wants a red shirt, any, you know, pattern will do. Easiest one to do, I think, this combination.
And poor Mario, man, he's just gonna be completely waterlogged when this is all over.
Yes, very good, very good.
Ah, it's a giant moo-moo that will sell for $5 at your local Goodwill. Awesome!
Yeah, who is buying these shirts? Is he creating, like, exclusive apparel for fucking Queen Bean?
That would be kind of interesting, I suppose. I mean, like, yeah, you know, I never really got that about... I'm gonna confess something here. I'm not a huge clothes aficionado, alright? I think a good outfit is, like, a color t-shirt and jeans, alright? But I mean, like... some designs on, like, clothes I can get. You know, like, you know, just, like, kind of a nice stripe on, you know, subtle colors, things like that. Look thinner, things like that. But then you get the clothing that just has, like, the really wonky kind of design, and I really legitimately wonder if anyone buys it for any particular reason besides the price, because sometimes you'll get ugly fucking combinations that do not match at all. You're about to make an ugly monster here, by the way.
The third combo here is all about mixing stuff together. You got the red and the blue together, and we also want to get, like, one particular one. You don't want to mix two together and get a star, so I think this one in particular is the hardest to get, because the final combo, he wants a star as the pattern, and, you know, you can get two or more, and, you know, you'll be sound as a pattern, but here he just wants one specific one. So purple polka dots, they're the rarest type, and thus are the hardest to create.
You say rarest type, it really does make me kind of think of shirts as Pokemon, unfortunately. You know, like the Alolan Moohoo, or something like that. Wow, I just mispronounced that word real bad.
Now we want to mix all of these paint bob-ombs together to create, the brown.
Well, he wants a brown star, which... I don't know, if it was a pink star, that works because it's Steven Universe, but a brown star is like... Steven Sandniverse or something like that, I don't know.
Isn't that the same show?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, I bet you feel very proud of yourself, Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, woo! Etc. Sorry, I don't follow wrestling.
Yeah, I don't follow it as much either. I just only know what I hear about on the internet.
Now, you can come back here and do, like, more pattern designing and whatnot. You won't get any of the beans that you get for doing certain minigames. I believe those are, like, Who beans. And I think He beans are the ones that are, like, inside invisible blocks. I'm just gonna double check this in case I get it fucking wrong, but here's a Beanstar piece.
I can't remember if there's a boss in this particular part of the game.
Nope.
Well, that's kind of lame. You know, it's always nice to kind of cap off these, you know, whatever we're doing for a Beanstar piece with a boss.
Okay, He Beans are the ones awarded in minigames, they're the yellow ones. Who Beans are the brown ones in the rarest types. But yeah, if you go back and do all of Harhull's insane demands, you will get a exclusive piece of clothing known as Harhull's pants.
I really don't want to wear pants or much of anything designed by Harhull, if you don't mind.
Okay, let's have a look at their stats. HP 60, defense 10, eccentric pants of the famous designer. Its special ability randomizes gravity.
I'm just gonna throw a little statement out here. When you're making pants, don't put in the effect that randomizes gravity on your pants. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, these pants are wicked. They defy gravity.
How did pants get superpowers? What did you do?
Oh no, it got bitten by a radioactive like piece of cotton or something.
Oh, I get it. The spectacular spider pants. That makes sense.
Awesome, awesome. Can't wait to see that in Marvel's upcoming Spider-Verse shit.
I am looking forward to Homecoming, actually. Like, I'm glad that they're just not gonna do the, you know, the origin story this time, and I really want to see what they'll do in terms of, like, who was cued to appear in that again?
Well, you've got Iron Man, you know, Robert Downey, getting paid and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm, well, of course.
That's about it, I think. Oh, you're talking about, like, villains and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't the Vulture confirmed for that?
Vulture's in it, Shocker's in it, which is pretty cool, because he hasn't been in a live-action film yet.
That's true, but they're probably going to make it disappointing even though Shocker is actually really powerful.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you mention the Shocker, my mind goes back to the 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
I won't peek out the audio right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You're savvy to this kind of thing. Alright, it's time for us to head to a new area after beating the shit out of Lucky 2.
Man, I hate it when Lackey 2's like this sneak up on you, because they'll always do it at like the most unexpected moment and just throw you completely off. Fortunately, a few hammers to the face tends to take care of most things.
Oh yeah, we beat up the local inhabitants.
You got a woo beam. Whoa, you sure beat them up, guy.
I'm still collecting those at this point in time because we have more brews to make, and as I believe I mentioned like last time or a couple of parts ago, we are aiming for all the brews, so don't worry, you'll get to see all the EGAD cameos. This is one of like a few areas in the game where you can just have a bit of a 2D platforming challenge to get like items and whatnot. Some of them are like rare-ish, some of them are more common. I believe this one might be a golden mushroom, but don't quote me on that.
This reminds me a lot of like the 2D sections that they had in like Link's Awakening, like the Oracle games, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Very weird seeing like Goombas and whatnot in that game, but I guess, you know, the whole dream aspect, you know, it lends itself well to crossovers. No, it's just a one-up mushroom this time. I know I encountered like one of these Monty Mole guys who gave out a golden mushroom. Come on, Luigi, time to go home.
Yeah, you gotta take Luigi home, otherwise he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, Mama will be so mad if he don't get home before curfew.
Now, I'm trying to see what happens next, because I know you got this piece of the Beanstar.
Why can't you just ask what happens next instead of, like, theorizing?
Because I'm really good at theorizing, even if it ends up going nowhere.
Tanuki Goombas. Half Tanuki, half Goomba. Years before Mario 3D Land.
There you go. See, Superstar Saga was doing the business way before Nintendo realized that it could do the business over again and make money off of it.
Okay, this is going to be an extreme hot take, but I think 3D Land is a smidge better than 3D World. Just going to put it out there.
Okay, that's good. I have not played either of those, so I cannot really comment on this. Although, supposedly what's going to happen, I just learned about this today, might as well date this a little bit.
Yeah, rumors and all that right now, I should say.
Yeah, the rumors is that the Switch is actually going to launch with the new Mario title. And that new Mario title actually looked pretty good from what I've seen. I've never been a huge fan of the Mario platforms, but I actually really enjoyed, like, Galaxy. So if they do anything, you know, creative kind of like Galaxy, I don't know, I might be into that. We'll see.
I'd be down for like a mix between. Jesus, I didn't even have time to comment on that battle. That was vicious. Stop.
Killed the shit out of those guys.
Yeah. Anyway, like a cross between like Galaxy and 3D World, because 3D World's a fine game. Again, it's just not what like the majority of people were expecting from like the 3D Mario on the Wii U. I was disappointed. It turned out to be an okay game, not what I specifically was expecting. Moving on.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're kind of going to get out of that phase of just kind of doing the samey familiar stuff and kind of really get back to, the games more of this era, where, they really got creative with, like, even the mainstream stuff a little bit.
Ooh, it's a shockable thing. I'm coming at you.
And give Luigi something to do, that makes him excited.
Well, he's behind Mario 9/10 of the time during the Bean Kingdom. He may as well have some fun.
Look, just as long as he's not behind him in terms of stats, because then you're doing it wrong.
I think, like, at this point in the game, they start to level up evenly, and it's like, which one's the defense guy and which one's the attack guy? Oh no, it's both of them. They look the same.
Mario twins, they look the same.
Well, I fucked up the thing, but you got it right anyway. Good on you. Oh look, the Simia blocks. Him at the same time. Simia blocks.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get it now. Alright, there. I figured it out.
Yeah, sorry, I went a bit hyper there for a second. I apologize.
Yeah, you seemed really excited about these blocks for some weird reason. I don't even know why.
Well, they're multicolored, so I think I gotta come at this from a different angle. There you go, much more comfortable.
I know, I always like these kind of puzzles where you have to position two people into, like, the same area. I mean, you can't really just tell Luigi to go, stand there, asshole, while I go this way. But it's always kind of a nice little physical sort of puzzle.
I would have so done a retake there if I cared.
There we go.
Got there in the end.
But just as long as you got there, that's what's important.
This is the awkward bit before the part ends, and we just mill about doing like various like minigame shit. And by the way, there was no bridge connecting to this part of the cave, so no wonder that Monty Mole was just kind of strutting around and whatnot. Jesus, he was trapped.
Oh, thank God you guys got here. Have some pants. Thank you for letting me escape.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, those aren't really good pants.
HP auto gain? No. Ew, icky.
That's a bad ability, and you should feel bad for liking it.
Oh man, we are almost 18 minutes into this part, and I am fucking done. Sorry guys, gotta, tell it how it is. Get rid of this guy, he's in the way.
Are you gonna do it again? Yes!
Alright, we'll end things by knocking over this guy who's, usually I'd say he's the victim here, but he's just kind of being a dick, obstructing our plot path. That's PP for short. So we'll see you next time where the quest for the final part of the Beanstar begins. See you then.